You do for a living, Ian?
I operate a tourism business out of Ontario. We take Canadians into the United States on sightseeing tours, which is actually where I met Audrey. The minute I saw her, it was magic. Like summer lightning. I knew the minute that I saw her that this was the woman that I would spend the rest of my life.
Yes, I'm sure she was. But before Detective Vecchio changes his mind,
You should have seen her face when I gave her the ring. It was my mother's. The minute I slipped it on her finger, her eyes, they lit up like a kid at Christmas.
I want to get to the point, please.
She has blue eyes, just like my mother.
And out of the blue, she was abducted.
Yes. There was a bright light. I couldn't see a thing. We were on our way to the wedding. We'd stopped off for coffee. Audrey's father, the Doge of Venice, had flown in from Switzerland for the ceremony. The guest list is strictly A-list. Strictly. Clint, Stallone, Sinatra, Bogart,
Look, this
everybody.
is useless, all right? This guy couldn't tell the truth if his life depended on it. Bogart's been dead for 20 years.
Frank Bogart, his younger brother. Big oil man in the Antilles.
All right, look, just give me a blunt object. I'm going to put him out of his misery.
Oh, yeah? Try it. My father-in-law gave me diplomatic immunity.
This is very interesting, Ray.
What?
Well, it would appear that there was a girl.
See?
Shut up.
And although she may not have been abducted by aliens, according to this, she was abducted. Of course, I suppose we could choose to ignore it.
No. Let's call the FBI. I can't wait to see the expression on Agent Ford's face when he gets a load of this wacko.
Yes, you're right. He won't take the wacko seriously either. Although, you might find this interesting.
Oh, it's a bee sting. They were after Bogart. Killer bees, hundreds of them.
Oh, thousands, I'm sure.
I think the stinger's still in there.
It appears to be infected. Great Scott. Turtles.
Turtles? Ow! Police brutality!
I have removed it.
I see.
I expected better of you, sir.
Sit down.
I'm calling The Hague.
Shall we?
As a political prisoner, I demand that you people guarantee my safety under the Geneva Convention.
So what was with the turtles?
Well, there were no turtles, right?
Well, I know there were no turtles. What were you doing?
Oh, I was simply trying to distract him so that I could remove this.
A needle. So what is he, on drugs?
I didn't see any signs consistent with prolonged drug usage, a.k.a. track marks. And Ian hardly seems the kind of fellow who needs help to escape from reality. But perhaps we should ask him.
So he can tell us that it's an immunization shot for his honeymoon with the Doge? I don't think so.
Well, in that case, Ray, we will have to ask whoever it is that put this there.
Oh, look, you only got 60 minutes.
Why only 60?
Because that's my lunch hour.
Understood.
Okay, and under no circumstances is that little liar going to set foot in my car.
All right, we'll take my car.
You have a car.
Yes, I have a car. Well, what do you think? It's on loan from NASA. They were having financial difficulty with their space shuttle program, and they were having a fire sale.
Well, it's very roomy.
Do you mind? There's a draft. It's very bad for the lumbago.
No, not at all.
Oh, excuse me.
Certainly. These your A-list clients?
Hey, just because a person is old doesn't mean they can't have an open mind and a desire to explore the unknown. Besides, with compound interest, a person's net worth by age 65 is a remarkable thing. Ray Power! Do well to remember that.
Who needs Myrtle Beach when you have the opportunity of a lifetime? We took one look at this brochure and said to ourselves, if we walk to the market instead of taking a taxi, eat a little less on Friday, buy wholesale, we can have this.
Why sit home watching Donahue and hear about someone else's sightings when you have a chance to get off the couch and see it for yourself?
May I?
Oh, certainly.
Thank you.
A close encounter. It's guaranteed in the brochure.
There are all kinds of close encounters.
So it would appear.
Sea Base 24, home of Hangar 57, the U.S. government's top secret UFO intelligence operation. Tour the base, meet the aliens, take a ride on a real flying saucer. You're actually charging money for this?
With a money-back guarantee.
It's a line of bull.
The best part is the Skywatch.
Hundreds of spaceships from every galaxy gather around in an interplanetary display of precision flying.
Norman flew during the war.
Now, dear.
And our son's a pilot. It's been a long time since I've seen him.
Well, he's probably busy.
I miss him.
What a nice doggy.
Well, he's a wolf, actually. And he's on a diet.
That's enough.
Nice piece of fried chicken, Mr. Glassman.
It gives me heartburn.
I told you should have made boiled. Rump roast, honey?
Allergic.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you look to the left, you'll notice we're passing through Jackson. In 1983, I myself personally witnessed a spaceship suck the milk out of an entire herd of cows. Moo. Okay, gang, we meet in the mission room for a briefing at 1500 hours. That's 3 o'clock for those of you not yet on space time.
He's such a nice boy. I love his dog.
Space-time, fellow travelers.
Yeah, ufologists. Hundreds, thousands. They all come here. This is like the Woodstock of psychic fairs. This place is famous, the Constellation. This is where Mick stays for nostalgia traveling and where Muhammad Ali and George Foreman had their secret meeting before the fight. But you didn't hear that from me, okay? And this, of course, is where I met Audrey.
This is where you and Audrey had coffee.
Hey, my fiancée you're talking about, pal.
Oh, forgive me.
God, it was terrible. When the aliens ripped her out of my arms, I fought like a wild man, but what are you going to say to a spaceman when he's got a laser nerve disruptor pointed at your head?
Beam me up?
Hey, listen, pal. I've had about enough of you, all right? Why don't you just keep your sarcasm to yourself and your mind and your job? I'm talking about the woman I love here.
Okay.
All right, now look, it's a real disaster area in there, so just keep your cool. I wanted to preserve the integrity of the crime scene. Come on.
Found him, but he's not alone. Continue surveillance. Don't let them out of your sight.
Right here. I'm telling you, there was blood everywhere. The walls, the ceilings, rivers of it.
Well, you know, Ian, ordinarily I am inclined to believe you, but even if this room had been scoured clean, there should be a crack in the finish, and the particle board would have soaked up traces of blood. This dresser has obviously been replaced. Excuse me. That could be evidence. Oh. Hopeless.
Yeah, give me a taxi. Chicago? Chicago. I know it's 60 miles. I know it's a long trip. Yes, I have money. Tomorrow.
Kicked in?
Right off its hinges. They must have used their anti-gravity boots.
Yeah, and they took the yellow pages, too.
The dresser has been replaced, the door jam's been repaired and painted.
I'm not listening, because every time I listen, he says something stupid and you back him up.
Damn aliens took my stuff. Full-out punk stereo closet full of Versace. Yeah, you would think that these higher